welcome on in. Hello. Hello. I'm short. I'm really short. Hello. Hi. Hope you're all having a good middle of the week, a good Wednesday. Welcome on in. I am a little bit scatterbrained today. But that's okay. It's kind of been a tough week for focusing in general. I'm hoping to lock in a little bit today. Honestly, last week I really pushed myself. And the charity stream, preparing everything for the charity stream also threw me off a little bit. So I'm kind of just getting back into it. Okay, the spin is gonna be a little bit different now because I had to update it on VTube Studio. Hold on, actually. I like the double spin. Give me a second, I'll fix that. I had to reset up a bunch of redeems. Should be like 3. Alright, it should be, let me test that out. Okay, am I gonna spin a lot later? Don't push yourself too hard. Rest if you need it. Don't worry, I'm resting. I'm being kind to myself. I'm not working too hard. But I do need to work. So I'm gonna try. My spin redeem is getting a bit silly. Oh, save. Okay. Save. Don't worry, I will save. Alright, we're figuring out the sweet spot. I think it's like 2.5 seconds. Okay, I think we'll be good now. Yeah, I'm being kind to myself. I just, I got a lot of people waiting on me that, they give me good money to get the work done, so I gotta get the work done. But I'm being very kind to myself this week. I'm sort of taking this week as a little bit of a rest week and not working at, 200%. Right now I want to be working on the V-Bridger mouth rigging. That's what I'm working on right now. I don't think this is like hacked in right now. I think even if it was hacked in right now, I would have to open up a model that has my other, like, this model, my little creature model doesn't have V-Bridger, so it's going to be I'd have to open up V-Bridger to get it to do all the correct tracking. But you can see the work is being done. Work looks good, thank you. I will, I am gonna have to mess with the jaw a little bit on this model. Show it. It's right there. Also, I swear I had eyeball X. I do have eyeball X and Y on this. Why is it not being tracked as normal?
Oh, hello there.
Hi, Shrek. I don't know why it's not being tracked as normal. This model should be able to look around, but, But don't you worry about me. I could take care of myself. I won't work too hard. In fact, this week I've not been working very hard at all. I would like to end it strong, end it stronger than I started it. It's been very tough trying to keep focus. I think maybe a lot of other people have um been in a similar headspace. But today I'm working on a little bit of mouth rigging, and I want to rig um that eye, that third eye a little bit, or at least do some of the meshing for it. Yeah, same. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. But I worked hard last week. I worked hard for the charity stream. I've earned a little bit of a kind week. I want to get shit done, and I think if I'm too tough on myself, I'm just gonna make myself feel worse. So this is my current project. After I get the face rigging up to snuff on this model, I want to work on Elaine's model a bit more and get the arm toggles done. That is like overdue. Getting some arm toggles done for Elaine, but Elaine is one of the like just absolutely fantastic person to work with and does not want me to burn out. So I'm like, okay, I won't burn out. I'll get it done. But I won't stress myself out too much. Feels weird thinking about how it'd feel to see a third eye moving with your normal eyes. What do you mean? Wait, well, I'm not quite sure I understand the sentence. I mean, having a third eye would be weird in general, so I get that. On a model, have some weird moments with your model in terms of a body where like if you had like having multiple eyes on your model would feel weird as a human with less than 3 eyes. You'd be like, shit, that's so weird seeing that move along with it, even though I don't look like that. But it's not the first model that I've rigged that has had multiple eyes. I've never really considered it. On Gomi's model, Gomi had 6 eyes. I had to think about it for a second. Was it 6 or was it 4? It was 6. It was 6. Okay. Well, let me see this mesh. It's a pretty okay mesh that I've made there myself. I kind of want to. I'm ping ponging around. This is me having a hard time focusing, but I just kind of want to rig. Kind of want to rig the mouth X a little bit. Be right back. Enjoy going wherever you are going. Enjoy your BRB. What the hell was I doing? Oh, Mouth X. Let's do. I love rigging Mouth X. I just think it's really fun. This model didn't request iOS rigging, but if I'm being completely honest, the extra charge for iOS rigging has more to do with the tongue out than it has to do with cheek puff and all of that. It's just tongue out is just a pain in the ass to rig on every level. Okay, I need to make sure that I add a little bit of interpolation here. Probably like 3. Reflect that. Yeah, just like out a little bit more. I might move it from being that severe, but it's fine for now. I'm gonna move the face. Bring this up to like here. That's pretty good, but usually I move it a little bit less than the mouth. So like go to like here. Probably want to move this down a little bit and this up a little bit and out. Mouth X is so fun. Mmm. It's gonna be a problem for the corners of the mouth here. Mouth inner X. This right here, I'm gonna... kind of just want to have all of it. Point 0.5. And then reflect that. What do you mean there's no default keyforms? What the hell are you talking about? Whatever. Does it work now? What do they mean there are no default? Oh, I see, I see. Hold on a minute here. Yeah, this has to be over here. There we go. Oopsie. It's doing it again. Oh my god. This needs to be here, this needs to be here. This. 0.5. Copy. Paste. Reflect. Normal. Good. Put this in here. Open the mouth. And we have the corner of the mouth. So something weird is happening. Oh, hold on. It's like, it looks weird. There we go. Now I just need to move the nose. Oh, and the lower jaw. Hold on a minute here. You know, I do want to do this when it's on the jaw open more than anything. Like, I'll limit it the other way. I think a little bit less. Oh, I was gonna talk about... I watched a movie. I watched a movie, like, pretty much... It was the same day after stream I went and I watched that movie that I saw on Framed on Monday. The Black Hole. That movie was sick as hell. And now I'm, like, really, like... I really want to watch a bunch of old sci-fi. Like, I'm just, like, oh, I want to go and watch, like, a bunch of these older... like 60s and 70s sci-fi films. I'm like, oh, it's very inspired and energized. Hell yeah. Yeah, it looked so good. It also makes me want to crack open Maya and make some environments. That ending hit you so hard as a kid. That ending was crazy. And I can't help but be like the annoying like media literate friend. But it was pretty obvious. I was like, "Oh, they went to hell." They went to hell and back. Just what was so crazy about the villain of that movie, the moment that he showed up on the screen, I was like, this guy would be played by Oscar Isaac if this movie was made today. Like he just like looks like how they make Oscar Isaac look all the time. I always figured it was the villain just going to hell when he died. Well, it was crazy. There was one moment where at the very beginning of the movie, the blonde guy, I think, described the black hole as like, he's like, whenever I see one of those things, I imagine like a guy with pointy horns and a pitchfork or something like that. And I was like, oh, it happened. There it is. That was like the whole vibe of that movie was entirely different than what I was expecting. Like I knew that even though it said like a Walt Disney production, that didn't really like necessarily mean anything because they were kind of playing a lot more loosely with their live action movies than they were with their animated movies, obviously. Actually, what the hell came out of Disney animation in 1979? I'm curious. 19, it was 1977 was The Rescuers, and then 1981 was Fox and the Hound. Sort of a weird time. Weird time for the Walt Disney Company to make a movie like that. And I think a lot of people, like I was looking at reviews for it and people were saying that it was kind of like riding the coattails of Star Wars. Like they were trying to, you know, get some of that good sci-fi money. But I was like, tonally, this is so not like Star Wars at all. Like it was scary. I saw someone describe it as cosmic horror and I was like, damn. That's kind of a crazy thing to put on a movie like this. And then I watched it and I was like, oh yeah, this is a horror movie. And it was really good. It was scary. Which movie? The Black Hole? 1979, The Black Hole. But it did have like, it had like cute robots. It had a banger score. Incredible score. Beautiful visuals. They were doing some crazy, crazy shit with the camera. Looking at it, I was like, this movie's awesome. How come nobody talks about it? And then it was like, oh, that came out the same year as Star Trek the Motion Picture and Alien. And I was like, oh, compared to like Alien and even Star Trek the Motion Picture, I was like, this movie looks old as fuck. This movie looks ancient compared to those. No disrespect. It's just kind of like, wow, I would have placed it a decade further back. But like, that doesn't matter to me, somebody who is watching this movie, what, 50 years later almost? Like, how many years is that? 45? This movie's older than me by a significant margin. Always figured the Star Wars thing was money. Guys see Star Wars, make lots of money, give lots of money to someone to make a sci-fi. Yeah. I mean, that's why it kind of like happened with like the superhero boom. It's so crazy to me. Never heard of this movie somehow. I had also never heard of it in my life. It fucking rules. It fucking rules. They've got like a robot that has like a prospector voice in it. It also, it does so many interesting things. One of the interesting things that it does, it, it does, it's just called the Black Hole. It starts the movie with 5 minutes of orchestra over a black screen, which it also happens with Star Trek the Motion Picture, and I'm like, what is this about? Why do we do this? Who is this for? Why do we start the movie with 5 minutes of orchestra over a black screen? I was primed for this because I had seen Star Trek the Motion Picture. I was familiar with the concept, but I didn't know it was alone in that regard. I was like, what the fuck? It wasn't alone. This happened other places. What do you mean? I'm confused. But yeah, it was just a black screen. Like nothing, absolutely nothing. That's it. assume it to let the audience filters in during the showing at the time. But I've watched older movies. I've watched older movies than the 1979. Both of these movies released in 1979, and I've never seen any other movie do this ever. So it makes sense. Explain it to me. I figure it's like a normal thing. I mean, but like maybe it was like a normal thing and they just sort of cut that out of like digital releases nowadays. You know? But I'm like, what? Don't remember a fully black screen. I wonder if maybe there was a video playback issue. I trust my Gore, I swear to God, this is exactly how Star Trek the Motion Picture happened, and I went, there's gotta be something wrong with my fucking VHS. No, it just starts with 5 minutes of black screen and orchestra. It just starts like that. And then the movie started. There was like no content of the movie that I missed at all. It was just orchestra. And they do it in Star Trek, and I'm not going crazy. I know they do it in Star Trek the Motion Picture because there are like Reddit threads of people being like, what the fuck is going on? It's just how they had their movie. Okay, I just typed in black screen with orchestra at beginning of movie. Older movies pre-70s in theaters starting with 5 to 10 minutes of music with a blank black projection on the screen. Was this a thing back in the day? It's called an overture. It has roots in opera where the orchestra plays a short instrumental before the curtains are opened. Someone here is saying, I came searching for this overture thing while watching Lawrence of Arabia. Was confused. I thought my Blu-ray format had some kind of glitch. It's a tradition from... This is a tradition from 2001: A Space Odyssey. For this person that's responding, I forgot about 2001: A Space Odyssey. Definitely is a thing in Star Trek the Motion Picture. A lot of people are citing 2001: A Space Odyssey, Lawrence of Arabia, Star Trek the Motion Picture. Apparently they do it in It's a Mad, 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 Mad World, which I don't remember that. But also, I just remember I couldn't finish that movie because it was 4 hours long, and I was like, I'd rather watch Rat Race. So... Can also use it to let it be for people to filter in. I kind of vibe with it. I think we should bring back gaslighting your audience. It's good. I also think we should bring back the intermission. I think people are getting the fucking hint and they're not making their movies 3 hours long anymore. But I genuinely think it should be like a fucking rule. Like there should be rules on this. It doesn't need to be a law, but like movies having like a rule of like if the movie is 3 hours long, we have an intermission in the middle. Like I genuinely think that. And I think that movie theaters should do that genuinely for their own bottom line. They would make so much more money on snacks and shit if they let people go piss halfway through the movie. If movies get any longer, they're gonna have to replace the seats with toilets. Oh, hello, it's your boy Doggo. Welcome on in. Welcome. I'm supposed to be working, but I'm ranting about movies. But I love movies. I love sci-fi. There's the other funny thing that was part of that movie was that there's this thing with like old sci-fi where like characters will have ESP. Like it's not even really explained in the black hole, but it's a thing that happens in Star Trek as well, where like there will be there's something about sci-fi. People are fucking convinced that they're like, yeah, we're gonna have psychic people in the future. I'm like, who? Huh? I get the logic a little bit. I get the logic a little bit that people are like humanity will have evolved, that we are so smart that like we have psychic powers. The character in the black hole who uses it, she only uses it to like communicate with the robot. So in my mind, I was like, she's got like a microchip in her brain that allows her to communicate with the robot. It doesn't show up at all these days, no. But I'm like, I thought about it for more than 5 seconds, and I was like, that's what the Force is. That's what the Force is. The Force is like ESP brain psychic magic shit. So whatever. What's with movies written like they want to be a bridge TV show and TV shows that only have enough material for one movie stretched out with fluff? True! Speak your truth. You're preaching to the choir. Sci-fi psychic stuff was popular with new age religion stuff and science, and people were high off the idea of space travel and making things that were fantastical into something real. Force is psychic powers. That's definitely what that is. That's the secondary pilot of Star Trek is Kirk's friend develops ESP and becomes like a god. And Kirk is like sad about it. And they parody it in an episode of Lower Decks, but it like never really comes up again. They do have like beings of higher intelligence that have, you know, psychic abilities and stuff like that. But they're usually like, they're not always there, but there's like a lot of like intangible creatures that can read minds and things like that. But occasionally you'll find a character that's got like fucked up psychic powers in Star Trek, but they're usually not people. They're usually at least classified as aliens, like the Betazoids, who are empaths, which I think is the funniest kind of psychic power. I'm sorry, Deanna Troy. I don't find you impressive at all. I'm sorry. Force is 75% moving stuff around with your will, your mind, and messaging, and messing with people's thoughts and transmitting thoughts without speaking beyond. Yup. The other 25% is lightning and super speed and super jumping. It's like, it's superpowers. It's just, you know, superpowers that they don't have to explain too hard. Oh, these are labeled incorrectly. And I'm not even like against it, is the thing, right? Like I don't care. You can have a little bit of magic in your sci-fi. Yeah, I just think it's a very funny trend, especially when they call it out as ESP. I'm like, that's crazy. So you know what? I'm gonna exit out of this. And let's see where the auto mesh takes us on this one. Not very far. I'm just playing. The healing thing done in Disney sequels is mostly taken from the extended universe stuff. They say it doesn't matter anymore. It makes sense. Like, a healing superpower is kind of like, if you have superpowers in your world, there's gonna be healing superpowers too. Like, that's crazy that if you don't have that. ESP is like we did science for magic, but it has some basis in a kind of like, I don't, maybe ESP to me feels like ghost shit, you know? Like that's when I hear ESP, I think of like people who can see ghosts, like, right? But I do think, you know, like, I like when sci-fi takes big swings and they're like, ghosts are real and rooted in science. I'm like, hell yeah, dude, let's go for it. Ghostbusters? Ghostbusters is sci-fi. Sci-fi, this pisses me off to no end. I think sci-fi is like too big of a genre. I think sci-fi is too big of a genre. It pisses me off that Star Trek lives in the same like mental space as Jaws, not Jaws, Jurassic Park, you know? Like we should have more words to describe these things. Like the fact that the Avengers and Jurassic Park and Star Trek the motion picture are all considered the same genre, I'm getting pissed off. Like we should have more words for these things. Jurassic Park is so small scale for what is possible with that. Yeah, yeah. What pisses me off more than anything, like, there's not a lot of terms to describe, like, sci-fi set in space. Like, sci-fi set in space is kind of considered the default of sci-fi, you know? There is, like, the space opera, but, like, the space opera to me, like, the black hole was, I would say, is space opera. I would say that Star Trek is space opera. To me, Star Wars, I guess, is a space opera, but to me, it's a space western. Like, that's just a samurai movie. And samurai movies, as we all know, are westerns. I'm just saying. It's a space western fantasy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Star Wars is a western, like, big time. Big time western. It is not at all, like, in the same realm of what the fuck is going on in Jurassic Park. Like, at least when something has the label of, like, a romance film, we have, like, we know what's gonna happen in there, you know? Like, what it's about. Vibes and tone. Yeah. I love talking about this stuff. Uh, but I was looking up, I forget if somebody mentioned, who mentioned it? One of you mentioned the Forbidden Planet. I'm like, maybe I should watch that. I want to watch that. I want to watch, Starship Troopers. Um, Lux really is into Helldivers too. And I was like, we should just like watch Starship Troopers. So that's one that I'm like, yeah, actually, I'd love to watch that. I actually worked with somebody who worked on that movie. And I know this because I was in a work chat one time and I posted the I'm doing my part gif. And he went, I worked on that. And I went, holy shit. I loved working in animation, even if it drove me crazy a little bit. It was just a very funny moment to me. Just to be like, to put a GIF in a chat and then someone's like, I worked on that. Oh shit? For real? Here's the thing though. Yeah, I've seen some of my GIFs out in the wild. Hee 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 smiles. Hee. It's I worked on a show that literally is more popular in GIF format than it is as a show. So that's funny. And I would argue that Starship Troopers is also that more popular in GIF format than it is as a movie. Which is not knocking its popularity. I just think that most people know the meme before they know the actual movie. Most people have seen that GIF and they don't know where it's from. Starship Troopers is an odd beast. That's what I love a movie that's an odd beast. That's how I like my movies. But today I have to watch the newest episode of Cloudward Ho on Dimension 20, on Dropout Dimension 20. I was talking to my friend last night after, talking about Black Hole, just talking about sort of the state of media And I feel it feels like adventure media is kind of in short supply. I think like we got really hung up on superheroes for a hot moment there. And I feel like the classic adventure is trying to think of like an adventure movie that happened like at all recently. And I'm like, I can't think of any off the top of my head. But maybe you guys can. Yes, of course I've seen the original RoboCop. I think RoboCop is so fun. Wow, what a camp masterpiece. I think that like action movies really peaked in the 80s. That's just me. Literally RoboCop's your favorite movie. Oh my god, hold on. I need to show you an animation. I had to ask my friend for this cuz I was like I need to see this animation again. Oh, but the Gore, if you haven't seen the RoboCop video game is on sale. It's like 90% off. You can buy it for $5 whole dollars. You played it and it rules. Lux gifted it to me. I might play it on stream. I worry about how it'll perform on my computer. But I've seen a little bit of it and I'm like, oh my god, this game looks fucking awesome. I love how slow you walk. I love that you walk so slow and like you kick so hard. I was like, it's so RoboCop. Like whoever, they get it. The people who made this game, they get it. Where is I love this video. Me and my friends, we got this in our fucking head from COVID times. This was sort of part of the vocal stim of 2020, and I love this video. Hold on, let me make it a bigger. Oh, shush, RoboCop, shush, RoboCop. I love this video. Murphy, Murphy, Murphy. It's that, and then hold on, what's the other one? My friend also sent it to me. Your move, creep. This one. Same person too. Same person made this video. It's not loud enough. I'm turning it up for all of you. RoboCop. RoboCop. I love that video. RoboCop Oreo story? I think I have heard the RoboCop Oreo story. But I'm not remembering what it is. What Oreo? Or baby no money. Hold on. I gotta play a video for the class. Hi, Callum! Thank you for sharing this. It's really good. What Oreo? Yeah, I have seen this, but make this video bigger without making it take up the whole screen. Hi, Jojo. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing good. Oh. The Peter feeder. I 100% believe that. I 100% believe that. 100, 300%. Have I heard of and tried the blueberry pie Oreos? Yes or no? You could never get me to buy, like, it's crazy to me. Okay, it's crazy. It's crazy to me that Oreo sells their specialty Oreos in the fucking huge package that they sell them in. They need to be selling them in, like, packs of, like, 8 maximum. They're insane. And I'm sure that that's how they make their buck, is by making people buy a huge thing of Oreos that they don't even, they taste the specialty Oreo and they don't even like it. They need a smaller one. I am not pulling up the bread and Oreo CEO. I do love bread and Oreo CEO. But I'm in the middle of something. We can't be talking that we can't get so distracted about Oreos. I have work to do. It's a great video though. You should go look it up for yourself. I have clients. Chat want Oreo. Chat want Oreo. Chat doesn't get Oreo. Where's the oatmeal raisin Oreo? You have a mind sickness. You have a sickness of the mind. Don't ask for these things. Don't ask for that. You know what? You know how I know that I'm fucking old as shit? I'm like, I could go for an Oreo. I could go for an Oreo a little bit. You know what I'm really craving right now? You know what I'm really craving? A single Fig Newton. I would like a single Fig Newton, please. I fucking love Fig Newton. Anybody else, like, get, like, a newfound appreciation for a Fig Newton? It's a good fucking cookie? Cookie? Are those cookies? I guess they're cookies. It's not a pastry. It's a cookie. It's in a league of... she's in a league of her own, Miss Newton. Miss Fig Newton John. Fig Newbins? That's cute. That's the thing that's crazy about Fig Newtons is like I feel like they would be the kind of thing that like a kid would not. They'd be like, that's like grandma food, right? Those are grandma cookies. They are grandma cookies. But here's the thing. Babies love Fig Newtons. That shit's good as hell. I think that you just get to a point in your life where you forget that they exist, and then you're like, wait a minute, those guys were really good. I think the adults in my life were onto something. Callum want Oreo. No, Oreo! BZ want Oreo. Not the sad Callum. Oh, I was gonna say, RoboCop. Who making me blep? Who making me? Who did that? Gore. I was gonna say RoboCop is in Star Trek not once, but twice. Playing two separate characters that are actually kind of just the same person. His typecast of evil guy. He's in Star Trek Enterprise as a what's the word? Like he's an alien xenophobe, which I guess is just a xenophobe. But like he like leads like a xenophobe fascist uprising on the moon. And he's like cloning like Vulcan human babies to be like, look at this, the face of evil, and it's like a Vulcan human baby. And I'm like, that's the cutest fucking baby. What the hell are you talking about? And he plays a Section 31 guy in Star Trek Into Darkness, which is a fucking horrible movie that nobody should watch. And let me tell you, he's putting his whole pussy into both performances. I will say. But also, both of those both of those suck. It's really fun seeing him as one of the big bad serial killer season finales in Psych. So glad I never watched the J.J. Abrams Trek. You can watch the third one. Star Trek Beyond. Star Trek Beyond isn't even J.J. Abrams. It's the best of them. Watching the first two, you're like, Jesus Christ, where the hell is Kirk? I don't know who the fuck Chris Pine is, but he's not Kirk. And then you watch Star Trek Beyond, and you're like, oh, there he is. There's Kirk. I was wondering where he went. Wasn't even aware there was a third one. Yeah, it came out in like 2016, 2017. So it took a little bit longer to cook, I think, than, you know, you went from 2009 to whenever Into Darkness came out. Into Darkness was just fucking awful, dude. That was so bad. The characters, I just have like a huge gripe with, honestly, the costume design of it. They look so fucking fascist in that movie. It's disgusting. I'm like, get them out of there. You want to explain how you ended up watching Star Trek? I would love to hear how people got into Star Trek if they ever got into it. For me, it was completely born of a dissatisfaction with Star Wars. I broke up with Star Wars and I went to, flying into Star Trek's arms. Well, I got bored and angry with Star Wars after episode 9, and then I, with friends, watched the Whale movie, and I went, wait, this shit's awesome. And then I realized I started with the peak, actually. But that's fine. Well, Deep Space Nine is peak, but Whale movie is like original series peak for me. And that's how I learned that my dad has bad taste. Well, I already knew that beforehand, but I was like, I watched the Star Trek movie. Guess which one I watched? And he loved Star Trek growing up. And he was like, Wrath of Khan. And I went, no, I watched the Whale movie. And he went, oh no. And I went, what the hell? I loved it. It was awesome. Okay, I'm reading Vital's story now. Playing Gears of War 2, people who play with who are talking about movies, like, this is actually good even for people who don't like Star Trek. Vital, you'll like it, and you squinted. You're being typecast as someone who didn't like characters talking to each other about things. Oh. Is that what they're, like, the characters don't talk to each other about things? Yeah, they kind of are a little bit annoying about that in 2009. They... Like, I think miscommunication is, like, integral and fun in, like, melodrama, absolutely, but... You know... At a certain point, I just get pissed off. It was being pitched as a good movie because it's super cool with action and special effects. It is technically those things. I don't like... Damn, I shouldn't have saved that. Shit! Shit. I should have done this a different way. Or you know what I can do? I'm fucking stupid. Hold on a minute here. No, it's not gonna be symmetrical. Arr. Took issue. You're like, you don't understand me at all. I'm never gonna watch that movie now. Respect, honestly. I'm like I kind of am embarrassed a little bit when it comes to movies. Like, it's very rare that I will take a piece of a media, any kind of, like, media recommendation, but I hand them out all the time. And I'm like, And then I'm like, oh my god, every time I interact with this person, I give them a piece of media to watch. It's like I'm giving my friends homework, and I feel guilty. But I think I'm just, like, really excited to, like, talk about stuff and be like, oh, I do think that you would like this. Like, for example, Bug was talking about enjoying Date Everything and really enjoying Brandon Lee Mulligan's character, and I was like, oh my gosh, you don't have a Dropout subscription? I think multiple people were like, you haven't watched anything Dropout? But I was immediately like, oh, well, if it's romance you're in the market for, you should watch the romance season. And I was like, fuck, I did it again. It's like, oh no! I have to stop recommending things to people because I hate it when people recommend stuff to me. I don't hate it. It's difficult. It's difficult. I hate it less in the sense, like, I like when people recommend stuff to me, and I don't take issue with that. It's just, like, the guilt that comes along with it because I won't watch it until until I'm good and ready. It's usually the reason why I make recommendations. It's something I love that I'd like to be able to talk with someone about. Yeah. Lux tried to get me into X-Files for so long, and I was so not going to watch it. And then I watched it and I got like feral about it. And Lux was like, I fucking told you. And I went, well. Sister keeps wanting you to watch Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer does look fucking gorgeous. I fell off of it, but like I love the effects work in Demon Slayer so much. You just sit with the guilt. Dungeon Meshi is so good. You don't like Zenitsu? I love Zenitsu. Oh no! Oh no! Zenitsu was my favorite. I do love like a cringe little boy failure. I think he's funny as fuck. I would crush his head with bricks. I get that people find him annoying. I get that. I do think it like that kind of character and concept is annoying in practice, but funny to me specifically. He's pathetic in a funny way. Yeah. I'm not questioning your opinion at all. I'm like, I understand why this character is annoying. I just like him. I like him. I like Inosuke as well. I think the trope of Inosuke is so funny. I like the occasional moments where Zenitsu is like the one of the trio who is like the fucking train. Like where like Tanjiro and Inosuke are like, what the fuck is that metal beast? What is that? And Zenitsu is like, a telephone? Like I love that. I love that. Inosuke matters less as it goes on. Oh, I mean, that doesn't surprise me too much. Inosuke, the joke of like this guy who wears a pig head all the time is like beautiful underneath. I'm like, that's really fun and cute. I love that. But also I never finished Demon Slayer. I never finished it. I can't really comment on it. Don't ask me to comment on anime ever. Cause my opinion I'll give to you about anime is that I hate all anime. And if you press me, I'll tell you I hate it even more. It's absolutely untrue. But like I'm when it comes to interfacing about anime, is anime real? No, and it never will be. Cry. But my
waifu dipping. Piggy dipping at the piggy time.
I'm your waifu now. I've killed all the rest. In ritual combat. Wow, so yandere. I think it's so funny. I think that like when people classify when we're like it's like yandere VTuber. Like when VTubers are like classified with like visual novel tropes, I'm like, girl, that's a real ass person. What are you talking about? Like, I don't know, like Because then it makes me question, as a VTuber, I'm like, what's my visual novel type? And I'm like, oh, it's tomboy. But, like, you know, like... It's only okay if it's a bit like some kayfabe. I do think it's fun. I think that, like, Tsundere pisses me off. I think it, like, activates, like, the little, autism goblin in my brain who's like, say what you fucking mean or I'll kill you. Like, I can't, it pisses me the hell off. It's just, I can't handle, when it's like a cute thing where people are just like deceitful about their opinions and intentions. I don't find it cute at all. Those do describe real behaviors that people sometimes have and tend to continue exhibiting. Doesn't seem like an X or a Y. Yeah. Tsundere thing is pretty old trope, even outside of anime for sure. A lot of people describe the Tsundere thing to Asuka. She's not. Asuka's just a bitch. Like, I don't know how to explain to people. She's a bitch and she's dumb as hell. And I love her for that. Like, I honestly, I see myself in her a little bit. In the, like, I like how, like, forthright she is. When she's like, shut the fuck up, we gotta go! And also, yeah, her trauma, and she's got, like, a, like, weak self-esteem that, like, she's got a whole thing going on. I love Asuka, and I love when she says, it's Wednesday! Or as I like to call it, Thursday! She's definitely not tsundere. She's just fucking mean. Some of you people aren't tsundere. You're just mean. Oh. But yeah, like, real people cannot be, like, boiled down to a handful of tropes, you know? Like, I was talking to a friend of mine about, the different captains in Star Trek, bringing things back to Star Trek at any possible given moment, but I was thinking about how much I really love, Benjamin Sisko in Deep Space Nine, and how, so many of his, like, core personality traits, they're not, like, in conflict with each other, but they just really, like, run such a wide spectrum of person. And I really love that. Like, he's, you know, he's traumatized by the death of his wife. He's a total fucking hard ass. He loves babies. He's a great dad. Obsessed with baseball. He's alien Jesus. Like, he commits war crimes, or at least is an accessory to war crimes. Has some of, like, the most, like, poignant, like, monologue deliveries, but also sometimes something makes him laugh and he just goes, Sometimes I forget that Sisko is Bajoran Moses. Yeah, the emissary. The emissary. It's an integral part of, like, his whole deal. I love it. I love it when Sisko, like, in most of the series is like, I don't want to be part of this. They said that I was their emissary, and but I just don't. No, thank you. No, thank you. I don't want to do that. And then you have as a villain, Kai Wynn, who is like, I'm jealous of the power you hold, but it is heresy for me to go against you. Like, ooh, that's good shit. That's good shit. That's good shit. Love that. Anyway, I love this big paragraph that you have here about Vital about all the Evangelion characters. I gotta be honest with you, I did not understand Evangelion, I think, as much as other people did. Introvert, extrovert are one of the most accepted labels I'm aware of, and I still feel like it's a false dichotomy. Literally, I have gotten into fights with my family about the introvert, extrovert shit. As somebody who really finds myself, like, having a hard time reconciling with, like, just sort of the base concept. Yeah, like I think pretty much all VTubers can understand this concept of like being, you know, an indoor cat that is capable of interfacing as like a streamer. Like most streamers are like indoor introverted people, but they need to be capable of some level of extroversion to be able to do this fucking at all. Like this is the extrovert town, but most streamers don't leave their house. So like, you know. And yes, Cisco being like, I just want to run my truck stop and play baseball. I don't want to be Alien Jesus, please. Yeah, I love that for him. And they go, no. I'm heated today. I don't know why I'm heated today.
Hello there.
You heard Moses and Jesus thought we were talking about Conclave. It's like I've never seen Conclave, but I imagine there's like Conclave level like religious politics happening. Obviously in Conclave, but like that happens in Deep Space Nine too. Like there's like religious politics in it, and it's kind of crazy. I love it. It's great. You don't know what Conclave is? Conclave is did Conclave win an Oscar? I forget if it won an Oscar, but Conclave is a movie about picking the next pope. And there's a scene where he picks up a turtle. And a lot of people got really into watching it this year when they were picking the new pope. And I heard that even like people that were like the people that were supposed to choose the pope, they like watched Conclave to like get a refresher on what they're supposed to do. I'm like, that's awesome. Conclave is named after conclave, which is about pope picking, yes. A lot of the guys who voted were too young. I mean, yeah, I would watch it just for fun. Not even for research purposes, but if I was going to the conclave, I would watch the movie that came out the year before about what a conclave is. Because it got awards. It's good. It's not something that happens often, you know? Get a refresher once in a while. All right, what are these meshes that I have to take care of here? Vital says, can sum up Ava in 2 sentences. Build connections with people because it's important. Don't withdraw and cut yourself off. Hideki Anno really likes Ultraman and big robot things that aren't robots. Yeah. The one thing I know about Evangelion is, whatever's going on with Shinji and that white-haired boy, who is, I think, God, question mark? Is very yaoi. It's very yaoi. That's all I know. And Asuka really enjoys the days of the week. People like to pretend they know more about it than other people and are often overanalyzing it in the wrong way. It is big, cool robot. The designs of Evangelion, I think are peak. Like, I hesitate to name a better robot design than that purple and green one. Is Unit 1? You say Unit 1? Ava 1. Yeah. They're giant robots, so they're not traditional mechs. And none of it's real at all to begin with, okay? Oh, it's, you know, I cut out. I cut out. I was just saying it's none of it's real at all. They're not traditional mechs because they're actually like they're like hollowed out angels or whatever, but like that's the kind of reasoning where it's like, oh, like you know, Quiet doesn't it's not at all. I'm comparing apples and oranges here, but when it's like when people say like, oh, well, actually Quiet, you know, she breathes through her skin, so she has to be naked. Like, I don't, come on, man. Like, it's actually in a way where I'm like, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. Shut up. Kojima is just horny. I don't get Kojima. And I think that's the point. I think that's the point. I've not been thanking people for the follows, but thank you all for the follows. I don't know what's in the water, if I'm just saying all the right things or what, but thank you, proper Twitch.
At the piggy pond.
Oh, hello there.
Dang girl, you got
Thank you. Thank you for taking
Let's hear them.
making me take care of myself. Oh. I don't know. Kojima, I don't know. I get it, but I also don't get it. I think he's just making art for art's sake, and I think that's like a noble endeavor. But also, I think a lot of people elevate it in a way that I don't agree with. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Like, he's just making shit, and if you get it, that's really good for you. But also, I think he's making shit. He's making shit, you know? Like, I don't know. But I think that it doesn't vibe with me because I think that clarity is king. And I think that kind of art in particular, where it's kind of just somebody flexing their own like creative muscles in a space, while I think it's valuable for that person, I'm just like, I like a piece of media that makes sense at the end of the day. And like people can go away like with, you know, a thing for that. But I've never really interfaced personally. Maybe I would get it if I actually tried a little bit harder and opened up my mind. That was a little bit my issue with Evangelion as well. Is this Alice? I don't know. I don't even know what we're fucking talking about. It's like Evangelion. The areas where he has a good sense of things is also just the shit he makes alongside that. Yeah. Can't be unbiased in my opinion of Kojima games. Played a lot of Metal Gear. I've not played a lot of Metal Gear. I've not played a lot of Metal Gear. Oh, this song? This is Six Sex and MCRT. What was I gonna say? I think that okay, maybe my issue with Kojima and like Death Stranding and sort of the esoteric nature of Death Stranding. Um, I think a lot of artists start off in a really good place because they have people around them that can say no or I don't get it. And like people can work a little bit more as a team to help develop an idea to its full potential. And I think that there are some auteurs who get a little bit too big for their britches and go a little bit too far off the deep end. George Lucas. I think that sometimes the best art is people need to remember that it's a team effort. Oh, it's like how Gore said George Lucasification. Yes. Yes. There is no such thing as a genius. At least in the artistic sense. There is no I hesitate to even say that like a writer could really just do it all themselves because a writer has editors. But like any piece of media, especially a video game, especially a movie, especially a TV show, is the combined effort of so many fucking people. And it genuinely pisses me off a little bit when it becomes about one guy. Yeah. Yeah, that's just my hot take. That's my hot take. I think music, you can do a lot of music yourself. Not all of it, obviously. There are some things that are a bit more solo endeavors, you know, and then you can have your geniuses that way, but that's why The Last of Us show sucks, apparently. I refuse to interface with any more zombie content. I've had my fill. I've had my fill. I refuse to engage with zombie content. The Last of Us is also one that my family are like, you gotta watch it, you gotta watch it. And I'm like, I don't trust a word you fuckers say. You have no idea the kind of shit that I like to watch at all. I love my family. There's some indie games that are genuinely the work of one person, unless you count the tools they make things with, like Unity or Photoshop. And I do think it's deeply impressive when people are able to make works that are largely just one person's work. I think people elevate that more than they should. They're like, wow, Balatro was made by one guy. First of all, no, it wasn't. First of all, no, it wasn't. Honest to God, maybe it's because I got a little bit, radicalized by that one movie about the production of, The Thief and the Cobbler. But I think it is more impressive to navigate a team of people to create the best work possible than it is to make something by yourself over the course of multiple years. I say these things. I say these things as somebody who never asks for help. But genuinely, I think that the effort that it takes to navigate a team and work with people who you can bounce ideas off of them and like have genuine conversations. Like, I think working with a team is so much more than making something entirely by yourself. Yeah. But I'm from like a lot of very like my experience is working on teams. And I made when I did my like animated film for school, everybody was working on their own. And I was like a huge advocate of like, why are we making student films by ourselves? If we're making student films, we should be preparing each other for, you know, what the future looks like. And we should be working as teams, and you know, we should have people do rigging that are people who want to do rigging, and they can work on multiple films. But like, these should be like, instead of everybody making their own film, we should be making, you know, 15 films and, you know, structure it with a team, because that's how it works in the real fucking world. Anyway, I didn't get to do that. I wish I did. Not that I hated the film that I made, but, you know. I think that kind of experience is way more valuable than people care to admit. It's just I don't know. Sometimes I talk about things like this and I'm like, I don't think I'm making any fucking sense. I think I get you. Actually felt understandable to you at the very least. Well, that's good. I get very excited about big concepts like this, and then I'm like, I think that I'm just saying words and they don't actually mean anything. But I'm like, damn, I should never apologize. If you don't get it, that's your problem. Apes together strong. Yes, I feel like, well, that's sort of like a thing that you can critique about society in as a whole. This like idea of like rugged individualism being the end all be all, the peak of success, when humans are a social species. They are designed to be working together for the better of each other. Teamwork is one of the most beautiful things in the world, and raising up your fellow man. It's fucking beautiful. Like to add to that or put it another way as well. I'm listening, I'm listening. We're back to the beginning of the playlist, but that's okay because I love this song. Working a team can be fun. I guess I feel like a loner as a creative, it's really hard to break that. And that's why I say, like, I think it takes a lot more effort to, like, work with other people. I say that as, like, a loner myself who would love to do everything myself if I could. That it actually takes more effort than you expect to reach out for help and organize people, you know? Now, my biggest issue is that I'm poor. And I would love to work with more people, but I would want to pay them. I would want to pay them handsomely. I think like relinquishing a little bit of like control, like creative control to other people is good for the, you know, Teamwork, collaboration is not just touchy-feely empathy in terms of what is beautiful. It is legitimately overpowered. One of the biggest reasons humanity is where it is today in any capacity. To think that helping others or working together is somehow a sign of weakness is actually a sign of blatant stupidity in someone who rejects it. Yes! Yes. Yes. The teamwork buff is OP. And people who don't see it, they're nerfing their build. Talking about it in tier zoo terms. That's like the thing where I think about like what would, you know, if aliens were out there, what would they look like? And less in the physical sense and more in the like, I feel like a lot of alien species out there, you know, they wouldn't have to be. I think a lot of people are like, well, life has to be on a planet that has water. And I'm like, is that necessarily true? You know, you don't know, you're not there. But part of me is like, I have a hard time imagining a species of aliens getting to the level that humans are at without being social. Like, I think that's like a way more important aspect of what other aliens might be like. Like, they'd have to be able to work together. And if they're social, then it means, you know, maybe the universe isn't as scary as some people are worried it is, you know? And I think that's kind of beautiful. It would be cool if I lived long enough if we ever met aliens, I got to see them. I would like to see an alien. I have to live because I want to see an alien. Definitely have a lot of self-doubt. I don't want to let other people down if my ADHD decides it doesn't like the project anymore. And it's painful to just let bad decisions go through in the name of compromise and keeping peace. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to navigate. If they could be social in a way that's freaky, though, if you want to go for horror. Yeah.
Hello there.
Yeah. Welcome on in. Thank you for the follow. I don't know what's in the water right now. If people are being nice to— oh, we hit our follower goal. Wow. Raging Feces, I think that was you. We just hit our follower goal of 1,600. Wow, 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 wow. Wow. Thanks, everybody. I couldn't have done it without you. Yippee! Yippee, yippee! Yay! Anyways. Oh my god, it's been like 2 hours. Posted a relevant thing in the meme channel. I can't look. I can't look. I have to focus. I have to at least finish. No, I have to look. I'm looking. I'm too weak. I'm too weak. There's a tendency among the press to attribute the creation of a game to a single person. Yes! 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 The like attributing things to one person instead of like a collective of people. My flow! No, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. That's what we were talking about anyways. For me, it's like, I would really love, like, what would I really love to find? I would love to, like, if I had all of the money in the world, right? If I was streaming, doing whatever, I would still want to rig my own model. I think I would be fine with relinquishing, like, a little bit of artistic control of what my model, like, having someone else do the art. I already did that with, like, Pat. I love Pat, and I think Pat does great work. I would love to throw money at Pat to do model work for me. I would love to continue doing outfit design, even if I was the one just doing the design and somebody else, you know, brought it to across the finish line. But really, it's like, I would want someone to do music, because I don't fucking understand music. That's, like, already one where I'm like, now that I've got a little bit of money behind me, I'm like, okay, I should pay somebody to make a theme for me that I can eventually use when I debut 3.0. Should do something with that. And, like, I have a pretty good idea of what I would want a BZ, like, theme to sound like. The three words that I keep in my head to, like, describe the vibe of my, like, stream and its, like, theming, in terms of, like, music, at least, the kind of music that I would like and I would love for BZ theme to be like, are sinister, silly, and sci-fi. Those are the three words that I, like, keep in there. I really like music that sounds a little bit sinister. A little bit. I like when music's a little bit evil. You know, like, this song's a little evil to me. I like when music's a little bit silly, when we're using some instruments that are maybe a little bit out there and weird. It's got, like, a little bit of a goofy edge. And then sci-fi, it's like, well, yeah, that's the setting. The setting is sci-fi. I think there's, like, a wide range of what is sci-fi. I like when people bust out the yeah, the penis music, the theremin, and like orchestral stuff is crazy, but I wouldn't expect somebody to be making orchestral pieces for my stream. I like Alien 1979 penis music. I mean, honestly, where's the okay, I do have, like, a playlist for myself that has a lot of songs that I'm like, I love that. I really love in terms of, like, sci-fi sounding stuff, I really enjoy I keep going back to this Space Mountain Third Tunnel. I describe mine as Pump and Up and the Jam. I love that song. Just Philomena Kunk loves that. Orchestral stuff often feels unearnedly grandiose. I don't know how to describe it. I mean, I think it's... Whoa, that's so loud. Sorry, guys. I love this tunnel music so much. And I come back to it all the time just to, like, listen to and focus. Genre switch jumps. Very big genre switch. Sorry. I just wanted to, like, list some of my favorite, like, sci-fi music that I really love. There's actually this really great Space Mountain soundscape video. Not to, like, plug the Disney parks. Not to, like, fucking plug the Disney parks too hard or anything like this, but this video is so cool. It has music from all the different Space Mountains, and it, like, changes in visual. Like, it switches between the different ones and has, like, different colors and stuff, and I think that's sick as hell. But, like, this stuff is, like, lightly orchestral, but I enjoy I like the beat boops. I think the beat boops are integral. I need my beat boops. This shit right here. I love it. The beat boops! I love the beat boops so much. It's just, oh, it makes me so happy. Anyway, we don't have to listen to that big genre switch. I'm just gonna play a little bit. Oh, what do I want to listen to? What do I want to listen to, actually? Where are my metal covers? I can't find my metal covers, so we'll go disco. We'll go Dancing in the Moonlight. In this world, there are evil humans who put microwave beeps into music, and I kind of love that. Yes! Yes! And police sirens. It's so evil listening to a song that has, like, a siren-like sound in it, and you're, like, driving while listening to it. It's the worst. I have a very good sense of hearing. It's okay because I have my sense of smell is just like totally nerfed. So I'm like always picking up on little sounds like that in media. Dancing in the moonlight, everybody was feeling warm and bright. Second time you heard this song today? I love this. This song's like top 5 for me. Who was listening to Dancing in the Moonlight? I say who, like, maybe you could have been in the grocery store. I just, like, assume it was another streamer listening to disco. Everybody's dancing in the moonlight. The grocery store, God. The grocer. I hardly know her. What was I gonna say? Yeah, so I would reach out to somebody for music for sure. Music is definitely something that I would be like, not even that I would be happy to relinquish control, but I'm like, I can't do this myself. Somebody else do it. But it's just a matter of like finding somebody who works with that kind of style of music, you know? But the other thing is, like, I really want to, for 3.0, I want to have a set, like a 3D set. Not one that I would use in, like, Warudo or something like that, or Motion. I want to have a 3D set that I can take a bunch of images of and basically have a bunch of different, like, shots of, like, one location. My vision is I would like to have I would like to have it look like a stop motion set. I may have said this on stream before. I don't remember. But I would love to have something like that looks like a stop motion set. I want it to be very mixed media. Rank and Bass stop motion? Rank and Bass. Yeah. Yeah, pre-rendered backgrounds. My idea, and I've never seen another VTuber do this, and I would be happy to see another VTuber do this, would be to have multiple backgrounds set up, and instead of using a program like Warudo or Motion, to just have whip pans to transition between the scenes, and you plug in those whip pans as your, like, scene transitions in OBS. You know, so, like, when I switch to a scene, like, if I go to, like, just chatting over here, there's, like, a fade on that. You can swap that out with whatever you want. I would swap it out for a whip pan, and then just, like, transition to scenes, like, between them. And just sort of swap shots like a live cartoon. I think that'd be really, really fun. Hell, you could do that with physical clay. That's the other thing. I was like, I could just do that. Like, I could do that physically, but I just genuinely don't have, like, the space in my apartment to make, like, a large stop motion set. I think it would be genuinely easier to just do it in Blender. You know? As fun as I think it would be to like make it physically, I just like making something like that and also like getting like cameras and stuff. Nilbog streams are great. I love Nilbog would be a good person to reach out to like figure out what the hell I'm doing. But for me is I don't know. I think Nilbog works in Blender primarily. The thing that I'm currently hung up on is just like figuring out the design of the room that I want to make, which is the bridge, the cockpit. Nilbog is the closest that you can think of that you know. I know a lot of VTubers that have like different scenes or like do like cut-ins and zoom-ins and stuff like that. I would really just love to like play with the camera, quote unquote, but in like a cartoony way. And I think that it's really I think it's kind of fun instead of, you know, like slowly panning through environments doing some kind of like, you know, parallax situation or whatever. I want to be able to play with like having one scene set up where it's like a wide shot, right? So you would have like a wide shot and then like the background is in like some focus, but being able to play with like the lens, quote unquote, and like make the background more blurred. I think you can do these things in live 2D a little bit, but I would probably just have like alternate scenes where like in the close up the background is more blurred out, you know, because you would be using a different camera for that. You work in 3D, not experienced in making environmental art a lot. And that's the thing is, like, there's not a ton of people that I can think of in the VTuber environment that, like, spend their time making environments. Are definitely people who, like, make 3D environments for VTubers, but they are not making stylistically the kind of rooms that I am interested in. Like, what I'm thinking of is highly stylized in a way that I have not seen environment artists in the VTuber community to be like capable of. I've never heard of Dead Sun Prime. Dead Sun Prime? I'm googling. What the hell? What the hell? This VTuber is so cute! I'm following. Oh my god! This VTuber is so cute! I'm clicking on like a random stream here. Look at this guy! Oh, I love this. That's pretty close. In some ways, yes. In some ways, yes. This background is, it's like a little bit, like kind of a clay thing going on in there. I love the racing chair. That's so cute. That's so cute. I love that. I want to see, I feel like I would, oh, the hammers! I'm gonna have to be tuning in more. That's so cute. Take a look at the happy birthday Gooby clip. I'll look at it. Here, let me. I think this like stream is just going. Oh, here, unmute tab. This right here. Oh, there we go. Hold on, turn that down. I always have my settings so. That's awesome. This is awesome. This is like, this has to be like playing with like some kind of like Unity engine type thing, right? Like, I don't know if necessarily, like, maybe custom? I'm guessing that this is custom. Because, like, this is, the camera movement is very, it's Unreal. Oh, Unreal makes more sense. Sorry, I forget that there's more than one. I forget that Unreal exists. And actually, is it Nilbog is using Unreal as well, right? What I would want to do is just entirely pre-rendered and then use, like, whip pans as cheats. I'm trying to, like, find, like, a good example of it. They use them a lot in, like, Powerpuff Girls. I think sometimes they're also just called a zip pan or a whip pan. There you go. Zip pan cartoon. But, like, there you go. That's a classic zip pan, whip pan, just one of these bad boys. Pumpkin Potion uses Unreal? Really? That's crazy to me. I'm like, I don't know why you would need to use Unreal for what Pumpkin Potion does. That's crazy. Because it's like toon shaded. She's ex-game dev. She did the setup herself. Imagine she has... That makes a lot of sense, actually. That makes a lot of sense. Because usually people invest their energy into Unreal if they want their stuff to look high def, you know? But if you already know Unreal, then it makes perfect sense, actually. Anyways, I would just use shit like this. I would just use shit like this to transition between screens. And then just have it set up, like, in a directional sort of way so you could go in between different shots. So if you zoom in, instead of having it go left to right, you can have it go in, out. There's no reason you can't make a stylized look in Unreal. It's got the capability for it. Yeah, it's less me being like, it has... That doesn't have the capability to do that. It's more me being like... Well, that sounds like it would be easier to do it in Unity. I don't know why you would do it in Unreal. Is Warudo Unreal? Warudo is Unity. Okay. I was like, wait a minute. I'm getting... you're turning me around. I'm getting all discombobulated. Discombobulate. And nobody knows I was your clown. Nobody knows it. Nobody knows. So far, this has not been the most productive stream, but I'm having a really good time, and I'm learning a lot, and that honestly makes it a better stream for me. So thank you all for that. Don't go breaking my heart. Don't go breaking my heart. I'm gonna breaking my heart. Unity games are much easier to modify than Unreal ones. Yes, I have heard. I don't know much about game dev, I will say. You don't have to compile the shaders. I would want to, if I had all the money in the world to invest in my streams and do crazy stream stuff, have so much more fun with world building. And I think maybe I've said this before, I don't know. Lately I've been like I kind of want to write books. I think I've said this because I'm like, it's weird that VTubers don't really like, I've never heard of a VTuber writing their lore that wasn't like, you know, for a storyboard of some kind, like a book. I've never seen a VTuber put out like a digital book of some kind with their lore. And I'm like, I miss writing, and I want to do that. And I kind of would love to make little digital easy books that have like 70s sci-fi pulp novel covers. I just think it would be fun. I hate that I can't just like Google stuff to like explain what I mean. Like, I don't know, just like cool sci-fi books. If you open Unreal 5, just be aware first project you set up in the first time you open, it will take longer to compile the shaders than it takes to install. Oh, see, what I would want pre-rendered backgrounds, Vital, is that I don't want to fucking open a game engine. I don't want to. The only reason you'll catch my ass opening up a game engine will be to open Unity to, like, port a 3D model to VR chat, and that's it! That's all you're getting out of me. And you're lucky to get that. You're just saying generally. Okay. There's no reason to do any of that if the BGs are pre-rendered. That could all be done in Blender. Yep. That's why I'm like, I kind of want to just do it like that. Like, I feel like it would save a lot of years off my life, you know? Honestly, you could maybe see if there's a program that will do those transitions with static images and then set that as an OBS source. That shit's so easy. A whip pan is so easy to make, Gore. I mean, yeah, like you could see if you could find a way to program it, do it a little bit faster. But at the same time, I'm like, literally, it's so easy. It's brush strokes, baby. Like, that's it. And if I wanted to make it easier, honest to God, Gore, I'd ask Pat to do it in After Effects. And I'd pay them money. It's just drawn motion blur. Yeah. Exactly. And I do think that the stylization is part of the sauce. Missed part of the conversation, picked up on the wrong part. I would show it to the class again, but I literally like zip pan cartoon. It's like, there's, you know, here's another one. Here's another one for the class, you know? Like, it's just lines. Shit that's so easy. Here's a freakazoid thing. Camera guy, zip band to the next scene. Thinking more like a whole OBS setup deal. Well, it would probably just be an image. It'd be an image. I might play around with setting it up in a way where it gets a little bit of like parallax. You know, like pop it into like DaVinci or After Effects or something like that. So you have, instead of having an image, it could be, because it needs to go from one side of the screen to the other. So you kind of want to shave in the edges in a way that like looks a little bit dynamic. But it's basically just something going across the screen really quickly. Just pre-rendered videos. Yep. I mean, that's what all of these transitions that you have seen transitions are. And they're pretty easy to make. I think that a lot of people forget that that's a thing that you can do in OBS. Which is kind of why I'm like, I would like to use them. I still just like really enjoy like creative solutions to problems that exist in animation using that in VTubing. It's kind of interesting. You didn't experiment with them a little on your stream? Ooh. They were a bit wonky because I threw them together really quick. Most, VTubers who use them, they have like custom-made pre-rendered videos that are
Hello there.
that are like the character like, jumping up from the screen and like licking it, and then it fades to the next scene like that. But like, you can make it even simpler than that. I also have a huge slut for the like a cross dissolve. Oh, delayed reaction to Freakazoid? Yeah, also thank you for the follow, whoever that was there. Why are so many people following me? What's going on? Who are you people? Am I cool now? Am I just cool now and people like me and they just follow me at random? Fine, we'll Nobody, no! I just, like, I don't really invest a lot of my time into my social media presence, so when people are getting these follows, I'm like, where are you coming from? where are you coming from? I don't have a TikTok. What's going on? Normally, when it would happen, it was because, like, I posted, like, a video on, like, Twitter that people really liked, but I don't even use Twitter anymore, so I'm like, Oh, fuck. I just realized I need this to be, like, centered. Or at least close to centered. I do use Blue Sky, yeah. But even with Blue Sky, like, I don't know, there's not like a ton of huge traction on Blue Sky, and so just for like my own sanity, I just don't worry about it too much. I know I should, but I'm quite content, like, in terms of like money and in like I get my career is my art, and that's what I focus on, 110% of my effort, and what other effort I do get would go to social media. And I'm just like, you know what? I think I'd rather take a nap. This guy is much more yeah. I with like the collapse of Twitter, I think it just sort of refocused me and my own mental health, and I was like, sometimes you come to a realization where you're like, oh, I don't like this. Like, I'm like, oh, I don't want to do that. I like, I'm one of those artists that I'm like, I wish I could just be an artist and survive, And right now I am an artist and I do survive. So I'm like, I hate the struggle of trying to get people to realize that I exist. And I know I should care more, but, I'm too fucking old. I'm too fucking old. I'm very content with where I'm at, and if I had 50% more effort to give, I would put it into that. But I'm happy, and that's what matters. All right, I'm flipping this over. This is just a hobby for you anyway, right? Do what's fun. Exactly. Streaming is my hobby. Art is my career. Could throw a ton more into my social media stuff, but I don't want to. I don't want to stream to a huge audience. I stream to hang out with people. Literally, Gore, that's also it. Like, the only reason I would want more out of streaming is so I could, like, work with more artists and help more people. But I kind of like being a hidden gem. Does that make sense? Like, I think that some people find me, and sometimes people are like, wow, you're like really, you're really good at this for somebody who streams to like a pretty small community. And I'm like, yeah, I don't really give a fuck about plugging myself. So I just kind of do this, and then I'm a nice little treat that people find every once in a while, and they go, damn. I like my little tight-knit community. I like the idea of having a little more interactions, getting a modestly sized audience. I don't want to make it a big thing any more than what I work on. I just want to use it to enable myself to do more stuff. I think that's like the healthiest way to think about it. And truly, for me, what it is like, I want it more just for the accessibility, being able to pay more artists. I would love to have more money to buy more commissions and support more artists. There's a lot of VTuber culture that I use jokingly with my friends like Oshi and stuff, but legitimately using that, you're like, ugh. I think Oshi is kind of cute. But there's definitely a lot of aspects to idol culture that are in the VTubing space that don't even just feel necessary, you know? If I was rich, I'd want to pay people so much more money to make things. Yeah, it's definitely like, man, if I was so rich, I'd give my friends so much money. That's literally how I am. As if I was rich, I would give my friends so much money. And that would make me really happy. Only big thing I would want to do is if I get a pipe dream game idea or something which is adjacent and not a direct thing that follows. Making a game would be fun. I just like all creative things are fun. I want to be able to indulge in just creative endeavors in a way where money is no object. And I want to get silly and have a nice time, you know? Similar vibes to calling us chat. It's fun ironically, but in a serious matter, it feels corporate. I don't have issues with chat. Though I've said this before on my stream. I think it's really cute when a VTuber has a specific name for their community. I think it's really sweet. Like, I like Boo and Basil having the stinkers and mischiefs. I think it's kind of a fun way to involve your fans in the kayfabe. The bongzongs. You guys are my beezers. It's like geezers, but... Oh... That can't be it. You're picturing Bronzong? That's the Pokemon with a very distinct design, I will say. You're see VTubers to make a visual representation of their audience. I think, yeah, like having like a little chat mascot, I think is so cute. The plan, I want to have a little chat mascot for y'all too. The Jorbo? Jorbos are cute. Grubs are great. I think Bug has the best one. Like, Grubs are so easy to draw, and they look so stupid. Affectionately. Grubs are great. Grub is one of the best ones. I'm like, anything that's like a single syllable, like chat, is great. Ham and the land salmon. I need Pat to stream more so we can see Ham and the land salmon. Ham and the land salmon. I'm opening up mine. Jindo drew this a while back. This is Cha-Cha the Chupa Wawa. Cha-Cha the Chupa Wawa. The Bloodlings. Bloodlings is also so cute. Chupacabra Chihuahua. I do love this thing. I love this thing. But I also just feel like if I were to call chat Chupawawas, like that's so many syllables. Oh, this little guy. I feel like I've shown this guy. I've definitely shown this guy before with the scrunkle face. Hammond the Land Salmon and Cha-Cha the Chupawawa. Those are our guys. This is the first you've seen it. I definitely haven't shown it in a very long time. But yeah. I like the idea of kind of a hairless alien chihuahua that gets all scrunkly when it's mad and bites people. But yeah, most people, like, I think about, like, I think Buff Pup calls fans pups, right? Just pups, and then, trying to think of, like, other VTubers. Like, it's a common thing. It's a common thing where people do that, and I like it a lot. Every time I come up with a BZ one, I'm like, that's not good enough. Like, I'm like, ugh. They just wanna. They just wanna. But I think it's so good for a VTuber to have a mascot like that, especially if they have a more anime style model. Because, like, an anime style model looks terrible as an emote, if I'm being completely honest. So recently, the Here Be Monsters one, I want to see. Oh, yes, you've shown this guy. Inspired by those funny little clay animals. Boyd. Oh, so cute, though. I think a mascot should be kind of, like, a little bit pudgy and fat. I think that's good. Somebody just joined the Discord, named Raging Diarrhea. Welcome on in, Raging Diarrhea. Welcome. If you're not already aware, we've got a couple polls running in the Discord right now for, charity goal. Charity goal decisions. We're deciding. Oh, that must be Raging Feces. You're 1600th follower. You're so right. It must be. Raging bowel movements. But we've got a bunch of polls going in the Discord. I'm going to be adding a new feature to my 3.0 model, and I'm going to be rigging a VTuber prop that will be released for free. And we're gonna hold a movie night in the Discord. So if you want to have your opinions heard on what we do on any of those three things, maybe all of them, just, join the Discord and make your voice heard.
Want a Sprite cranberry?
Oh, subscribe. Bonnie, thank you so much for subscribing for 26 months. Thank you so much for your support. You are amazing. That's 2 whole fucking years. It's insane whenever I think about that. I've been doing this for this long. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Thank you. I always catch myself whenever I say welcome, or thank you. It's like, it's streamer brain. A second poll is for free asset, and you're like, I want a corn dog. Yeah, it's for the people. I mean, I could always use it myself on my own streams, but it's for the people. I think that's good. Okay. Corn dog. You'll just need a propeller hat and then we'll be set for the county fair. A propeller hat would, like, be so obscured by my horns and my crazy bangs. Oh, and big lollipop. Big lollipop necessity. I want to test the model out really quick. Even though I haven't done anything on the eyes, I just kind of want to... No mouth X? How come the mouth X isn't going? Oh, hold on. Oh, hold on a minute here. I didn't do anything for the nose yet. I should do a little bit of mouth X on the nose. Herm. 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 Gonna head out, make some dinner, watch a D&D stream. Enjoy! Enjoy! I hope your dinner is delicious. And your dungeon is full of dragons. Okay, the nose. Bring this up here. Just want to make sure that it, like, retains some volume. This is a very cute little nose that actually has, like, dimension compared to, like, the regular anime nose that I work with. There we go. Very cute. Very cute. Little wiggles. I do also kind of want to have some movement on the mouth form open. Just like a little bit. Bring this out. Bring this up. You turn the nose up a little bit on the smile. It's pretty good. I'm gonna just push it a little bit more. Say like -25. I think actually. I think I can upturn it less, but I'm just gonna move it with the face a little bit more. Move this a bit down. Do that. And then opposite for the frown. So the thing is, like, that needs to go up a little bit more. Do this. And there we go. That feels good to me. That feels good to me. I still need to do the mouth pucker and the mouth shrug, but I'm like, I kind of want to add that later. Mouth X, I think is so fun. I'm adding it now. I'm so thankful. So I reached out to this particular VTuber. The original model art for this model had such a tiny mouth, like just this, and like the interior of it was so small, and I was like, would it be possible to ask the artist to draw more, like to make the like teeth longer and like to have a bit more interior to the mouth? And Clover was like, I'll redraw the mouth for you, and just totally drew an entirely new like mouth interior, and I'm so thankful because now I can go, like I can just do these huge mouth shapes with all of the mouth that's in there. It's so good. That makes me happy. It's a good smile.
Want a Sprite cranberry?
Woo! Gore, thank you so much for subscribing for 12 months. Oh, that's a whole year. Thank you so much for subscribing for a whole year. Thank you. Enjoy your Sprite cranberry and your new subscriber badge. Are you blue now? You're blue now. Why are you blue? Well, you were blue before, but you're like indigo now. Okay, so the issue that I have with this, I think I'm gonna have to split the art for this eyeball here for it to like be able to properly close. Cause like it's not set up from one layer to another, and so there's gonna be like a little bit extra left over. And like I could glue them, but then they wouldn't, I don't know if they would close properly. Genuinely always fun hanging out, and you're so fun to have here. So thank you so much for being here, and thank you for the support. Oh. Shit. It's not symmetrical. I think I'm just gonna have to revisit this, but at least... Oh, I didn't actually make a thing for the sclera here. Damn it, I should have copied this before I got all of the stuff for it. Oh, I'll just do it. Let's do it again. Just do it again. Like, damn it, I'm getting stuck on different parts of the model, and then I'm like, what am I gonna work on if I'm stuck on that part? I've got a demon on my shoulder that's saying, you should play Peak. You should play Peak. I'm like, no! No, we gotta do work. I'm like, play Peak, play Peak. We have to do our job. I can always work on a different model. Oh, there's 2 pieces here. Oh, bring this here. Yes, there. Okay, I think this needs to be joined in a point here. That goes like that. And then this here. Flatwoods Monster. That's what this looks like. And I'll just bring this around. Tears slowly drown. Actually, I don't think I need any of that. This all goes up that way. Then it should be able to close just fine. So it'll close like that. Tragedy! Alright. Hide this. I can't look at it anymore. I've done all the meshing, but I have to fix some shit, so I'm like, damn it. We'll come back to it. We'll work on... we'll add... cheek puff and... mouth pucker. Let me look at my other file that I've been working on and see how I have my hierarchy. Just to show the class what I've been working on with this model. This model has a lot more going on with the V-Bridger. Very interesting little, like, bracket mouth on this model that is, very interesting to, like, work with. Looks very different with the V-Bridger on this one. Also, a lot more going on with, like, the mouth physics. Okay, so pucker and shrug I have on a different thing. And cheek puff. Pucker, shrug, and cheek puff all on that one. Okay. Okay. So I'll just make this smaller deformer. Pucker, shrug. I'm gonna add a little bit more mesh to that on this one for the cheek puff specifically. Oh yeah. Wait, hold on here. Let's just reflect it to the other side here. Copy that form. Cheek puff. And then I'll put that on this as well. Just the power of love. I want to open up that other file there and see if I have everything on... What I have everything on the cheek puff for the head. It's all in the same thing? Yeah, okay, that's fine. Don't need money, don't need fame, don't need no credit card to ride this train. It's the power of love. Power of love. Okay, so that's that. That's that. That's that. So these I need rigged to that. Don't take fame. Don't need no credit card to ride this train. Oh, that's the wrong one. We need that on here. Oh, wait. Okay, once again, copy this. Oh wait, you know what? Let's... Don't take fame. Don't need a credit card to ride this train. What the hell is happening here? Is it gonna be normal now? Okay. Is it gonna be normal now? Okay. Cheek puff. Alright. Let's work on just finishing up the stuff for the mouth here, and then I will end stream. Just working it, put this up here. That's pretty shruggy. Let me check this. I wonder if I added anything for the nose or not. I should probably just keep it up, but you know. Is this even on anything? No. Okay. Okay. And then definitely we can upturn the nose a little bit on this. I think I might move it like a little bit less because I like it when it's like a slightly different rate. The nose is a bit more static and the mouth moves up a bit more. Grumpy. Just gonna... I'm like, how do I want to handle this? Kind of want to make sure that it's, you know... That's too much for sure. What's your pleasure? Definitely want to bring it out, like squash this out a bit. Going to end up moving the eyes as well, but probably not today. Oh, oh yeah, I want to do... There's so many blend shapes that I'm like concerned about performance. I followed the like V-Bridger guide, and they just use so many like blend shapes and keyframes on stuff, and I'm like, is this good for performance? I usually make multiple deformers instead. I'm gonna reflect that so we get the right side, and then copy that, paste it there. Uh, there's some weird things happening like right here that I don't care for. Like, can I smooth that out a little bit? Can I get a little bit more boxes in here to work with here? Okay, now reflect that. So now this. Reverse that. Why is it so crunchy? Did I guess I didn't make the line for this yet. Oh. Gonna have to do this myself. Okay, I'll leave it for now. No, I'll do it. It's not hard. It's just annoying. Okay. Doing this here. Bam, bam, bam. They were dancing and singing and moving to the grooving. Play that fucking music. This here, that there. That there. Just have like a bunch of points in here. To the grooving, and just when hit me, body turn around and I need more points to be in the center of these. This. This goes here. And then, let's see. Like that. In every way. For this. Oh, hello. I need to draw along the outside. Can I just grab, like, I want to grab just this interior section here. Ooh! SV, that's Mama Luigi to you. Yoshi think Luigi Mama. Ha ha! Welcome on in, SV. I hope you had a wonderful stream. Hi, everybody. SV, if you have to head out and do some post-stream care, you're more than welcome to do so. Do not be afraid to raid and run. You're welcome to hang out as long as you want. But please take care of yourself. But welcome on in, Raiders. If you don't know me, I am Beezy. I'm a Jersey Devil VTuber who does a live 2D rigging. Right now, I'm like locked in getting these pixels in order. But thank you so much for the raid. Thank you. Okay, there we go. Got those. I got like a couple that I didn't want there, but it's fine. It's fine. It's whatever. You know, maybe I should have just... I think I should have just grabbed the whole thing here. We are working on some mouth rigging today. I know that this doesn't really look like a mouth, but I'm just working on the cheek puff now, and the head is looking a little wonky. You shall be lurking. Gotta go take care of stuff. Happy to be cozy in here. Yeah, feel free to lurk. Feel free to chill. We love lurkers in here. As any good art streamer does. As any good streamer does, period. Okay, I'm gonna...
Hello there.
Hello there. Welcome on in. Thank you for the follow. I think this should be fine. Bring it in a little bit like that. Bring it out a little bit that way. I think that's fine. I think that's fine. That's the head. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, so scary. Looks so scary like that. Alright, so we've got our little... It's not even cheek puff, it's like cheek squish. Now I'm like... This looks fucked up here. Ooh. Like now I'm like I need to fix it. All right, let's copy that. Paste it here. Reflect it. It looks fucked up. It looks fucked up. I'm just gonna redo it. Where we need it to go. This is the stretch to bring it in on the sides and then out on the tops. And bring it in a little bit as well. This is the issue over here. It looks kind of funny. Okay, got that. Don't know why. I don't know. I think it's just sort of the shape of the line art on here is not really round, and it's really being highlighted by this little cheek squish. And it's making me mad, even though it's totally fine. Okay, I'm gonna do a funny little technique here. Paste form special, warp deformer, invert coordinates. So copy this. Paste it here. Yep, it worked. Hi, small meat. Welcome on in. Paste it over here. So now we have some silly little cheek squish. I can't help but wonder if I can, like... give a little more direction to it. Like, god damn it. Like, I just did all of that to... change it, and now I'm like, recopy it, actually. There we go. Move that out a little bit there. Bring that out that way. Okay, cool. We got that. Uh. Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Hello there.
Hello there. Thank you for the follow. Welcome on in. Now, mouth pucker. I did mouth shrug. Just really quick, add this. I'm gonna do that a little bit, but I'm just gonna honestly bring it in with this as well. Bring it up like this. Oh, whoopsie. I should have set this on different keyframe. Is it this one? There we go. I think it'd be stronger than that. I think bring this in on the bottom here at least. Say 75. I think that's pretty good. Actually, one on here. Oh, nope. Go back here. This. And then this like that. Okay. There's mouth pucker. I hardly know her. Maybe bring this in on these edges here. Feel the touch. I'll take my kisses in the night, baby. Okay, now to add a little bit of mouth jiggle. Let's just grab this center portion. And then bring it out this way. It's basically the same thing, but this will just be for physics. And then this... I think mouth pucker, I'll have it set up so it doesn't activate when the mouth is open. Well, it might be fine with it open. But this will be on physics, specifically. And then I need to do... Well, you know what? These are the lower lip ones, and then these... the upper lip. So with this... we go up. And in. And then this is out. Oh, I don't think... I don't know if I need to do anything for pucker on the nose. You wanna taste more kisses in the night, baby? think this will be a lot more noticeable on the bottom lip here. Kind of don't want it to be as far in on this. Kind of want to bring it back out a little bit. Okay. 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 The smiler, the smiling grinner, thinks the world's its dinner. Okay. I think that's good work for today. That's good work for today. Good little 3-hour stream. Good yapathon. Let's see who's online that we can go and raid. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Who's online? Who's online? Who's working? Who's playing video games? There's a lot of people online right now, actually. Let's go raid. Oh, this is tough. Who do I pick? Let's go raid Elaine. I follow so many people that it's difficult to look through all of the people that are that are streaming right now. Let's go raid Elaine. Oh, my eyes are getting really dry. I need to take a break and rest my eyes. /raid. Main cow. All right. Our raid message, as always, will be our little apple parade. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me here today, helping me keep focused. Thank you for the raids. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the subscribing. Thank you for, somebody do any bits related stuff? I don't know. Thank you all for the support, as always. I will be back on Saturday playing some games. I've not decided what yet. Could be Escape Simulator. Could be something else. We'll see. You can keep an eye out on Discord or Blue Sky. I'll let you know, but I'll be there at 2. Just depends on whatever it is I'm playing. Did you give some bits, Scum? Was that what that was? Because now you have a bit badge. Am I forgetting anything? Take care of yourselves. Stay hydrated. It's hot out there. Be sure to take your meds. Eat lots of good food. You gave the world a Sprite cranberry. Wow. Incredible. And yeah, take care of yourselves. Kiss the homies. Good night. Hold your loved ones close. Oh yeah, and you better stay sexy out there. You better stay sexy out there.